Hey boss, I saw you needed help with customizing, so I was going to go through what I use and help you out. So here we go. So essentially for drilling cars, you need a few items. So to remove the posts, I use this 30-second drill bit. It does a great job of removing the outer layer to where it will just pop right off the casting. Finally, you need a 1/16 drill bit. This is good for drilling and hollowing out the post so that you can tap threads. To do threads, you need a drill tap. This is a 2-56 drill tap. Probably about $10. eBay probably as low as $6. Absolutely love this. These 4 items are extremely crucial for putting cars back together. Other than that, for small adjustments, I like to use a pin vise. Pin vices are good for things like the wiring for the intercoolers in the front. If I need to pop 2 holes in the front, but I don't want to ruin the metal on the casting, I can just hand drill this in. Finally, I use pliers. I love these helping hands. This is a magnifying glass. So if I'm painting or if I'm hand painting, I can do that. For hand painting, I like to use these guys. I did used to use a brush, but I found that the fine points work a lot better. Also for drilling, I like to use mil-spec CLP. This cleans guns. You can also just get any machine oil, will work perfectly. To help with drilling, I use a vise. I forgot what type of vise this is, but I love it. Mine is able to move up and forward, so it just helps with putting the castings in between to drill them out. To protect the paint, I usually put the casting back in its original box like this, and then I slip that in here, cinch that down. For small adjustments, what I'll do is I'll also use a Dremel. This is probably $100. You can get one that's cheaper too. That's awesome for super fine detail work, just cutting off things like shields and, for example, this back mirror. I cut that window out with the Dremel. If you have more precise cuts, like I did on the Lamborghini last night, I do recommend a jeweler saw. Jeweler saws are about 15 bucks. Really awesome. Helps with cutting things like piping for roll caging. For piping and exhaust, I use Hobby Lobby KS Precision Metals tubing. I use all types of aluminum tubing. This is good for headers, exhaust, roll cages. And then what I'm starting to do interior-wise is I'm starting to do the dash panels, and these are going to be out of this tin sheeting from the same company. To help put items back down, I use pliers. I use standard ones, and then I've also got these ones, so if I squeeze on them, they put pressure on items. I love these. These help with really fine detail. Speaking of fine detail, for wiring, like what I did on my DeLorean, I use solder. Solder is amazing because it's flexible. It bends really easy. In fact, here's a piece right here I can show you. So this bends super easy. It's really awesome for the engines. When I make motors, I use soldering wire. Finally, you've got files. I love these microfiles. I bought them at Harbor Freight for $9. Those are really awesome for doing things like the side window. I drilled a hole and then I just sanded it down. Makes a big difference. Beyond that, what's next is super glue. I use two different types. If I'm putting something that's very intricate, I will put down the gel so I can just drop it in there. And then if I'm doing something that's kind of flush and flat, like a decal or a piece of metal, then I'll just use the liquid one. Mod Podge is awesome. Mod Podge is great for applying anything to your products. I use Mod Podge not for the cars, but for dioramas. And then when I'm done with my cars, I get to see what they look like. After that, you do need a micro screwdriver. So this will help remove the casting, open them up. Let me see if I can at least put this down and show you. I don't think I can, but I'll try. So essentially, you've got your 256 screws. You've got a micro Phillips. And you can rivet and undo the cars. And then you're left with whatever custom you want. This is paper clips, so I do recommend that. Just standard paper clip. just bent and soldered. I took a soldering iron and I soldered these together. For paint, I need to ask for paint. I use this. It's Extreme Lacquer. It's from Hobby Lobby. They sell paint that's got nice glitters in it. It's a little expensive, but I do like it. It's about $6 a can. And then finally, razor blades. Absolutely love these for shaving off mispainted items or things that I don't like. But yeah, this is my setup. I also do recommend you get a nice little tote. My tote holds all my staplers. If I can open it. So it holds paper clips, staplers for intercoolers. This one, for example, was a staple intercooler. And then it holds all my screws, all my 1/16 drill bits. And then these are all my graveyard wheels. So if I want to steal some spares or have a spare tire that doesn't work, I can do that. I hope you like it. And happy collecting, brother. You're going to get stuck into doing all types of shit. These are all cars I've yet to customize. And then these are all my favorites. So, yeah, good luck.